All right, guys, you asked for this. So we're going to do a deep dive into the hot garbage that is Palantir stock, ticker symbol PLTR. So let's get right into it. We'll take a look at the company website. We'll take a look at the Robinhood graph, look at the options chain, and then we'll finish up the video by doing some technical analysis on PLTR to see where is this hot garbage going to go starting tomorrow. Let's get right into it. So I'm on the company website right now. It's www.palantir.com, and I already don't know what I'm looking at. It says powered by Apollo. Have no idea what Apollo is. Take what you need, build on what you have in hours. Again, no clue what they're doing. I'm looking at this video that's playing. Looks like some guy's developing a vaccine. Now he's looking at bacteria. Now I think we're in France. Now there's a random train. Now there's an airplane. Now there's a chemical trail. Now there's an oil field. Water, oil, sparks. What is going on here? Windshield wipers. This company is insanity. Let's see. It says powering real-time decisions. Institutions have the data they need to make the best decisions for safety, stability, and prosperity. Well, I'm trying to get prosperity as well. So what can you do for me, Palantir? But too often, their data is fragmented and locked in silos. The people on the front lines of our most important problems don't have the information they need when they need it the most. Bro, like, isn't that what Google is for? Like, you can get anything you want off Google. At Palantir, we build software that lets organizations integrate their data. Okay, so it's like Microsoft Excel, their decisions, and their operations into one platform. Okay, I don't understand what that means, but it's like my Gmail account, because that also incorporates data, some decisions that I've made. I can get Word files, Excel files in there. I don't know. Our software empowers entire organizations to answer complex questions quickly by bringing the right data to the people who use it. Or sorry, who need it. I mean, isn't that basically Google.com? Google answers my complex questions quickly by bringing me the right data because I need it. So are you building the next Google? I don't know. Let's see. Palantir was founded on the conviction that it's essential to preserve fundamental principles of privacy and civil liberties while using data. What does that even mean? I'm just waiting for the word disrupt to be somewhere in their mission statement. What are they disrupting? From our roots in counterterrorism. What? Let's just keep going on here. Let's see. Products. Okay. Palantir Gotham. What is Gotham? Integrate, manage, secure, analyze all of your enterprise data. So it's basically some guy in the background using what looks like Microsoft PowerPoint or Word or some combination of it. Okay. How does it work? Yes, please tell me, how does it work? Start with data from multiple sources. Fuse the data into a human-centric model. Tag, secure, and track all the data. So now it's Instagram, basically, right? You're getting multiple users. You got multiple pictures. Now you're going to tag them. Okay, so now you're basically creating some sort of mashup between Google and Gmail and Instagram. Okay, bring the data to life for human-driven analysis. Okay, I don't understand. Wow, now there's like a collapsed series of houses. What in the world? All right, what else is going on? Palantir Foundry. All right, what's Foundry? What is Palantir? That's exactly what I'm asking, Palantir. Platform that reimagines how people use data by removing the barriers between back-end data management and front-end data analysis. What? All right, I'm getting sick of this already. Palantir Apollo, what is this? Power SaaS in places no SaaS has gone before. I mean, look, this guy literally has like Gmail up in the background. Like, what is this? 4 hour? Like, he literally is like a Gmail account. What is this company is... Oh my gosh. Auto racing? Cyber? What is auto racing? Let's check this out. Palantir and Scuderia Ferrari. They're working with Ferrari? Let's see. What is this video? What is this video? Now they're a race car company? We take raw sensor data and model it to the real world concepts engineers understand and thinking intuitively, like vehicles, drivers, laps, speed, and pressure. What is this company doing? I'm getting tired of this already. Let's just go right into Robinhood, because this company looks like someone had to design the most tech meme, like with all the tech buzzwords company. And this is what they came up with. I still haven't found the word disrupt yet, or innovate, or seed money, or the fact that they're living in Silicon Valley. But anyway, I'm getting tired of this. Let's go to Robinhood, see what's going on here. So Palantir, rough day on Friday, down almost 5%. Let's see what their 1 month graph is looking like. 3 months, they haven't been trading for that long. Basically, September 30th is when they IPO'd, but you can see they've kind of gone parabolic in the month of November. So let's just look at the weekly graph here. So yeah, there's a little bit of a pump on certain subreddits on Palantir. In fact, if you go there on Friday, they actually shut the subreddit down because too many people were spamming Palantir posts, which is, again, insanity. But let's take a look at the options chain. I'm assuming these options are probably going through the roof right now. If you were a madman and you wanted to wheel PLTR, let's see what you would collect in terms of a return on risk at the money. So if I wanted to sell a put for this coming Friday at the money, I would get $340 for $2,800 in collateral. So that would be a return on risk of, oh my gosh, 12%. I don't think I've ever seen an at the money return on risk that high before. That is craziness. Oh my gosh, 12% at the money. Now I understand why the WSBers are memeing this thing into oblivion. Oh my gosh. All right, let's take a look at the technical analysis on PLTR, see what we're working with here. So these are daily candles. Each candle represents 1 day of trading. You can see we IPO'd back on September 30th. This orange line is the 21-day moving average. As you can see, it takes 21 days to make this moving average. So the first 3 weeks of trading, there is no line. And I usually have a pink line on here, which is the 50-day moving average, but this stock has not been trading long enough for us to establish a 50-day MA. Now, the RSI has been overbought since basically November 5th, but Palantir, I guess Palantir is a new honey badger because Palantir just does not care. It just says, you know what, I'm overbought. We're just going to buy more, and we're going to pump this thing to the moon and go to space. But take a look at this. I mean, right now on Thursday, Palantir was almost at 89 on the RSI curve. It came back down a little bit to about 82. We had a little bit of a red day, but I mean, this thing is crazy right now. I am fully expecting another bit of a pullback. I mean, there's really no technical analysis you can do. Maybe there's an area of support right around here, around 1450 or so. Looks like for about 3 trading days, we use that as support. Maybe, and this is a big maybe there's another support at 18. You can see the bottom of this candle, kind of the bottom of this candle, bottom of the wick. But from 18 to about 28, where we are right now, that $10 wide gap, there's really nothing that I could even, guess at what support and resistance is. If we go down lower, probably right here at $10.90, just shy of $11, will be support because we have the tops of a few of these candles, then the bottom of this candle before we went off to the moon. But I am fully expecting a significant pullback on Palantir to at least $18 because I'm assuming also by that point it might take a week or so to get there, but this moving average would probably be also creeping up around the $18 mark or so. So I'm assuming we'll probably get support at the 21-day moving average or somewhere around there. But this stock, I personally would not touch this with the 10-foot pole. I mean, if you really want to just flat out gamble your money and the casino is too far away, then yes, go ahead and play some at the money options. Try and collect that 12% return on risk. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I am being facetious. I am joking, but this is probably the closest thing you can get to the casino while at home in your underpants, because this thing is being memed and hyped up into oblivion more than any stock I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot because I've been on Reddit for the past few months following WSB, and they do a lot of memeing on there, but this one is to a whole nother level. Let's take a look at swaggy stocks to see what they're showing here. So here's the swaggy stocks WSB ticker sentiment, and as expected, look at this. PLTR and actually GME are the top 2 tickers that are talked about. The majority of PLTR is positive. However, there is some negative sentiment on PLTR, actually more so than GME. So that's actually interesting. Let's take a look at the max Payne calculation on PLTR for this December 4th. You can see max Payne is at $23. The stock is currently trading at $28. So max Payne theory would tell you that this stock is going to sell off at least $5 within a week. If you believe in that, obviously this is just one indicator. Nothing is written in stone, and that may not happen. But if the market makers want to hurt the most amount of people, then they're going to try and drive this price down to $23. So, take a look at this. I mean, this stock is crazy. Please don't play this ticker unless you hate money. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. This is the last few days to join our Discord server at the low price for the November special, and that price is locked in forever. So if you're not in there, make sure you join in now. And as always, happy trading.